Florabella on my screen. Her smile, it shines so bright. She's a queen with every scene. In the morning or the night, recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. Every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong.
Petals got power, Florabella stands tall. Every drip, every drop, watch the haters fall. Channel sharp as thorns, ain't taking no mess. Scroll through her feet, feel that queen's finesse. Vines tangle tight, but Flora breaks free. Roots so deep, can't mess with her tree. From the mud she rises, roses from the dirt. Every comment section she lays down hurt. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless. From the garden green to the concrete wall, Florabella, unstoppable nature's child. Leaves whisper secrets, she's the loudest shout. From the channel buzzing, she never backs out. Seed of strength, through seasons she grows. In the face of doubt, her spirit glows. Cameras ain't a limit, she branches out. Thorns in her crown, she wears it no doubt. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless.
All right. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is on your coast. Welcome to the show. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. My camera's kind of in a weird place, so I'm trying to get used to the angling and also still have like the most efficient background, like not too much there. So thank you all for your patience. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Let me see. We got Empress Kia in the building. She was here the first time I tried to get the stream done. Thank you so much for coming back and watching the show, Miss Chakra Love. Happy New Year, ladies. I miss you all. We've had a journey. We've had a journey, right? Quite the journey. But things are going really good. Hey, Dub, how you doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, True Fry. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing so good. Right? I hope you guys are doing so good because we're about to get back into the swing of things. Before we get into everything that has to do with the show today, I just want to tell you guys, this subject for me is going to be focused on deadly love. All right, we're going to talk about some true crime examples that falling in love with the wrong person, right, can literally cost you your life. Can cost you your life. There's a story today that we're going to talk about, which is only one of all the stories, where a person just ran into the wrong person, and that'll be the last one. But we're mostly going to talk about how getting with the wrong person, falling in love with the wrong person, can be costly. Sorry, guys, I'm over there listening. I don't know who my mama arguing with. Okay. Hey, Levy. Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. And yes, Happy New Year to everyone who's watching, even the cloud dwellers, even the stalkers, even, the people who like the show but they don't want to say anything. Thank you all for coming in. If you could do me a favor as you're coming in to hit the like button, I would appreciate it. All right, so we're definitely going to get into some stories. So I do want to give you guys a trigger warning because my goal is not to come in and, just throw, sad, unfortunate content. But I do think that these conversations beg having. We can't just not talk about relationships and how they can take a turn for the worst. And also these people who were hurt. We're going to see some really manipulative individuals in real time, and I think that this is really important to remember. But yes, please hit the like button for me as you guys are coming in. Don't be stingy. It's free. It's free. And if you would like to give me a super chat, if you would like to become a member, whatever you want to do to support the channel, I'll greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's get started. The first story I want to talk about today is the story of Eric Banks Jr. All right, this is an incredibly manipulative individual, from my opinion. But let's get into this one. The police ended up making a gruesome discovery. All right, let's continue.
Upstairs, third floor. Hello. Back here. Ma'am, get back! Get back! Get back now! Hey, back up! Back up! Back up!
It was all started with a knock on the door. On July 6th, 2021, when officers visited a guy named Eric Banks, it seemed like a simple family matter, a child custody situation. But what followed would spiral into something far more disturbing.
It's a gunshot victim. I got a door over here, right. Move it.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, boss. And yourself?
I'm doing good. At a porta one. I'm out with him. What's going on today, man?
You're supposed to be serving peace protector order.
Supposed to be serving it on you or on
Both of us.
Okay.
The judge just ordered us.
So hopefully you guys all caught that. But if you did not, there is currently a custody dispute between him and a woman. Okay? Due to that custody dispute, there was a child hanging in the balance. So obviously the child was staying with him. I believe he said wife, but just think about this, right? They're there for a custody dispute, and from what they can tell, this is just going to be a normal, okay, let me go see if he packed up his stuff. Yeah, he's crazy, but seriously, he doesn't come across, just from talking to him right away, like he's as devious as he is.
To stay away from each other.
Okay.
Sit down, buddy. Sit
Do you
down.
all have some sort of like court order agreement on custody or something?
My oldest, I know he ran out the back door somewhere. All his stuff by the back door.
He ran out?
Yeah, because he got on the phone with her, wouldn't answer
what was going on. I said, what's up, what's up? He wouldn't tell me. He said nothing. So already they was working together secretly. He went out the door, freaking, what's going on, boss? I know you're getting tired of seeing us. She called him and he went out the back door. No, you want to come in?
Just let you know you're being audio.
Oh, hey, I know. I see y'all got the body cam. You can look ballroom.
So you don't have any idea where he went?
He called her. She called him.
What's crazy is I just noticed he's sweating profusely. Like he's literally, what do you call it? He's literally wiping his face with his shirt. There's like sweat smothered all over the place. I mean, he's really like greasy right now, and there's a reason why he's so greasy, even though he's being super cool and open with the police.
I can't call her to talk to her.
That's fair.
The judge said she could call them, tell them good morning, good night, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
She called him. I helped him carry on.
And if you heard, he said that he got a phone call. The boy got a phone call from the mom and stopped talking to him. Right? He said, "What's up?" And the kid wouldn't say nothing. If they're in a custody dispute and she's worried about being around you, of course she's gonna tell her son not to talk to you. Of course, and he's saying my son, but that's not his child. That is the woman's child. That's why she automatically got custody.
Oh, stuff. I said, she come to pick you up. He was like,
"Do you have a phone?"
Huh? I took my phones back.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the phones are on my
So
separate.
he took his phone back, but notice how he said he was on the phone with his mother. Okay? He was on the phone with his mother and didn't want to say what's happening, but now he took the phone back. He's being very chill and calm and collected to throw them off of what's waiting for them. And that's paying attention. If you really pay attention to how he's communicating and things like that, he's incredibly manipulative.
And everything.
You have no idea where you just let a 15-year-old walk out of your house with all his bags packed.
No, his bag's at the back door. I literally told him, wait for your mom to get here. The police supposed to come here to serve her a piece of protective order. The judge told her to call you guys before she comes here. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
I understand.
So she's supposed to call you to come meet you.
You have no idea where DJ is.
Honestly, bro, no.
With no phone or anything.
You can check the ADT. It shows when he ran out the door.
I believe you, but I mean,
I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna do that.
Listen, man, it's a 15-year-old boy. Having a phone probably would have been, if he's walking out of the house, probably would have been a good idea to leave him with it. You can work out things later.
Why did you take the phone from him? He was obviously on the phone with his mother at some point. Why did you take the phone because of a custody dispute? Right? You could have easily transferred the number and asked for payment of the phone, but he needs that phone to communicate with his mom, and you took it from him while there's a custody dispute and she's looking for her child. The demeanor, the calm demeanor is a manipulation tactic because everything that he's saying is crazy. Let's continue.
See, this is the thing.
This is getting messy, man.
Yeah, I tried to tell him. I said, sit here, wait for your mom to get here. I went upstairs. I got to get ready to go. My lieutenant, I can share my phone. We just got off the phone. I informed him of everything. Before I can come downstairs,
you see how he's over explaining? Oh, I talked to everybody. Everything's cool. They know what's going on. Sir, then why did you snatch the phone out of that boy's hand? Why did you take the phone from him then? If everything is okay and everything is fine, I don't get it. Mukel said, Flo, I thought you was done with YouTube. No, I started working out of prison, y'all. Just a quick pause, and we'll get right back to this little manipulative bandit, which is what we'll call him because he is literally a bandit. I started working at a prison, guys, and it's draining. When I say draining, I'm not saying like I don't like the work. It's just a lot of work. I work overtime 3 days a week. I really enjoy it. Y'all know I love criminal justice. So working in a prison has been a great experience, but it took some adjusting. So welcome. Thank you for coming back. But this guy, everything about him is manipulative because he's communicating. He's letting y'all know, oh, everything's fine. I don't know where he went. He disappeared. Let's continue.
So I guess she coordinated because she's somewhere in the area, I'm presuming.
Yes.
So she pretty much coordinated with him to come out there.
Okay. All right. Hang tight.
All right.
So he does not have the phone with him.
No, I believe his phone's probably still in his room.
Okay. All right.
What's going on, bro?
All right. So he was supposed to meet her at the subway. She's going to run up and see if he's there. Call me back.
Okay. No problem.
And to grab his bag and what he's going to need. Okay.
Right.
He's going to go with her.
Okay.
You say his bag's packed.
Yeah. You want to come grab with me?
No, why don't you go grab him and just leave him out here, and then when she calls them, we'll get you guys inside. That way, there's no
okay.
contact between you two.
I'm saying, one of you want to come with me while I grab the bag? I don't want.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need help, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
All right. Yeah. All right. How you doing, old man? Yeah. So,
The lower end, they can clear the back for a simple being.
when I told him, hey, stay by the door. That's it.
all right.
My problem is, why is he? The narcissist energies are too much. He really grabbed that little boy's pack bags as if he was alive. Like, that's what's getting me. Most of you have seen this, but does any of this make sense, knowing that he deleted this little boy? He got his stuff packed up like he's about to go out there and they're gonna find him around the corner having ran away. How was he supposed to coordinate where to meet his mom if he took his phone? Incredibly, I wouldn't want to be around somebody that's this manipulative. It is scary.
Shoot you. I literally supposed to be dropping them off at my mom's house. That's it. Yeah, buddy.
I'm just gonna go around the back just in case.
Okay. Yeah, he's tall and skinny with dreadlocks.
Okay. Hey, sir. How you doing? Have you seen? I don't know his name. He lives like in one of these houses here. He's about 15 with the dreadlocks.
Oh, DJ?
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know his name. So.
No, the guy who lives right next door.
Yeah.
Have not seen him recently.
Okay. All right. Okay. He's not in any trouble. We're just trying to find
Just
him.
missing or something? Or,
Almost missing.
almost missing?
Yeah. Hasn't been reported missing yet, but yeah, just seeing if you.
Yeah, okay, Empress. Some of these are really popular. This one has like millions of views, but I highlighted this because there's a psychologist that says that certain skulls you can determine if they are violent, but they're deemed to be very racist. It's wicked, Empress. It's wicked. And I figured we would just let the cat out of the bag, but this man is grabbing the kid's bag and bringing stuff out to the police like they're going to find him around the corner. Like, he's literally the type of person who will rob you and then show you where, like, help you look for it. Right? But much, much worse, right? Because he's violent.
He went out this way, so I just trying to see if you saw him or anything, but okay. All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
1717 in your case 722-074-722-0.
From the court. He sounded like when I called him from the court, he didn't. Hold on.
Hey, so what was DJ wearing?
He had on dark colored jeans. I think they black. He had on his Jordans.
What color are they?
Black with the white bottom. And I think he had like an orange. I want to say, go sit down, buddy.
No, this is not a funny subject. This is not a funny subject. Yeah, Chakra, you know what it's giving? It's giving Scott Peterson, right? The pregnant wife. Then they found out he had a new chick that he was about to usher into his life. That's what it's giving. He'll make you disappear and then be the leader of your search party. They never found that woman's body till today. Like, there is nothing funny about his level of craziness. But the skull comment was sending me, because there was a psychologist that tried to make a theory like that was largely racist. But yeah, I'm telling you, Scott Peterson did his wife foul. That's why I'm glad they still arrested him, regardless of the fact they didn't find the body. He had a whole new woman that he had pictures with. Mind you, Christmas, his wife is sitting there pregnant, beautiful, like, and he just offed her so he can go get with some blonde random chicken head and then calling her while the search party and everything is going on. It's crazy. Yep, Chris Watts is another one. Sitting there, oh, if you have my wife. And then he just say, well, I dumped them in an oil. And let me tell you guys something. I'm about to go. We're gonna review Chris Watts' recent interview where he's blaming his wife for having deleted his wife and his kids. When I tell you that some of these men are scary, scarier than Halloween night. Yeah, the skull comment was funny. Dell said, I'm not joking. I grew up with enough people who had heads like that. Most were always. But it's the way you're saying it, Dell. It's not even the fact that you're saying what you're saying. It's the way you're saying it. Yeah. Empress, he was in a whole interview recently talking about, oh, I didn't feel like I had a way out. Negro, divorce? What do you mean you didn't have a way out? What do you mean? You could have left her. You could have broke up with her. You could have told her you had another woman. She would have left you. But you literally deleted your wife, deleted your 2 baby girls, and threw them in an oil thing that he worked in. You disposed of your family like trash. And today he has the nerve to be blaming that woman and kids for feeling trapped in his lifestyle. Like what this man is doing here is a clear sign of crazy. I'm telling you, doing all this stuff as if the boy is alive, and we know he's not. We know he's not. He went and grabbed the kids' bags. He's telling them what he looks like, what he was last wearing. Bro, you know what she was last wearing. You're sending them on a wild goose chase. Let's continue though.
You know, when you come to the door, it's not that regular. Go sit down. And I think he had like a orange shirt on, I want to say.
Does he wear any?
He has dreads. No, he has like, yeah, okay. They're like a dirt brown. It's not like, it's brown.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
And just so I know, like his complexion, is he about like your complexion?
He's about my complexion, okay. About your height, right. Light brown eyes, maybe 125 to 130 pounds.
Okay.
Real skinny, lanky. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to know so that way when we're looking for him, now that we have like more of a description of what he's wearing and everything, we'll keep looking. Okay.
Okay.
If we have any other questions, we'll come back.
All right. Cool. No problem. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Hey, bud, how you doing?
You know what's sad? Like, imagine being the mother that you just wanted to get your kid back and leave this crazy man, right? Someone you were married to. You never thought somebody you were married to would go this far, and she's just trying to get her kid back and move on. Cops and men in the service, yeah, they're incredible. I'm not gonna say this generally speaking, right? But men who work in law enforcement fields, they have high levels of stress, PTSD, and they exhibit a lot of self-deleting and deleting ideology. They have the highest rates of DV and things like that. That's something that people should keep in mind. That's something people should keep in mind, and it has nothing to do with race. It's those careers, period. Being a woman in a modern world where we have all this freedom and ability to live when it hasn't been like that in a long time, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is very new. So yeah, we should be telling each other about these men in these certain fields. I've always said it's a no for military dudes. They're a mess. I've given military dudes a chance, but they are a mess. It's something about them jumping back and forth between all over the world that has messed up their heads. That and the war, they're just not faithful, have other underlying issues, expect a lot of coddling and like giving up your life to do the same. You know what I mean? So that's just me. David said, Happy New Year, Sister Flo. Happy New Year, David. Welcome to the chat. Let's continue though.
Your name? Artez? Okay, sorry. We're looking for somebody, but you're good. Don't mean to bother you. Have a good one. Okay, I'll go with you then to do that. I saw you point. I didn't know if you needed me or. Oh.
I want to make sure he's not there.
That's fine. I'll do it with you then, since we're here.
Hey, Buck, can I do it once so I make sure he's not hiding?
Like everything he was saying didn't add up too for like the kid being missing. Oh, he ran around the corner. I kept his phone. They were communicating and they were supposed to meet each other somewhere. But you took his phone, so how was he gonna meet his mother anywhere? You know what I'm saying? Like nothing about what he was saying made sense. So I'm happy that they pressed and said, you know, we need to look inside of there. Yeah, it's not their fault, but it's a hell no for me. Listen, and I've had some cops, you know, I've had some COs. Ooh, hopefully they don't find my YouTube. Ooh, ooh. I've had some COs press upon me. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't even engage. Don't ask for my first and last name, sir. You can't look me up on Facebook. No, ma'am. That's what I be having to say at work. Oh, Flora. I'm not telling you my first and last so you can look me up and try to hit me up. No, sir, ma'am. No, sir, ma'am. I've had some of them match me on Tinder. What do you call it? Hinge? No, sir. I just can't. When you know, you know. And that's not to say, again, every man in law enforcement or in those fields are bad men, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of trauma that comes with the role. A lot. And ask women who've been married and divorced police officers. They'll tell you. Exactly, Chakra. Cloud Watchers, hit the like button. You don't have nothing better to do. Listen. And neither do I. That's why I'm here talking to y'all about this. No. I'm just here to enjoy the show with you guys and also bring the information. Some of these cases, Empress said, this right here, listen. Okay, let's continue.
All right. Where's his room? Straight up to the right. Sorry. All right. Want me? Excuse me. Go ahead. DJ. Go to your room.
The one with the bunk bed right here.
This is the kids' room. DJ. This is my room right here.
It's so sad, like they're calling out hoping to find this boy. You know what I mean? It's really sad. Looking under beds.
Yeah, he's tall enough. He's not hiding. Tall and everything.
I just have book.
Hi, yeah. Okay, so. Is this always down? No, this is where my safe is. Yeah. So this is where my guns are. Okay. You got a little weight on your thigh?
Yes, I do.
You got a light back? Okay.
It might dim on you.
What's up? 95. All right. What's up, bro? 95.
What do you mean, what's up, bro? Like, the thing that gets me is how are you going to play in these police officers' face? Like, this is why, for me, I'm so happy that they said we need to look around. And they didn't just keep taking his word for it, because none of it added up. And all he had to do was look in the crawl space, you know, and he's going to sit there and act like he don't know why he's getting cuffed up. Yeah, the cop wasn't playing with him. Look how the cop snatches him up after he sees that mess he did. He already knew something wasn't right. Look.
Okay. Is this always down? No, this is where my safe is. Yeah. So this is where my guns are. Okay. You got a little weight on your thigh?
Yes, I do.
You got a light back?
Back up. Look at him.
It might dim on you.
What's up? 95.
So sick.
What's up, bro? 95.
Imagine what that officer saw. Like,
what's up? They came right now.
All right, where are we?
Have one truck now. DJ. Come on. Come on, guys.
All right, let's just go to the car, all right?
Yeah, let's go to the car.
I got it. You're good. Here, let me move one thing out of your way. Okay. All right, just see for me. All right.
Listen here. It's okay. I'm just.
Stay seated.
All right, yeah.
I need you to stay seated.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I need you to do me a favor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Can I just kiss my boys real quick?
No, I need you to stay in the car. All right? Look, listen.
I got
You don't deserve to kiss anybody. And let me just say this. You don't deserve to kiss them kids goodbye. You literally murdered their brother. You don't deserve none of that. Whether you care or not that that is not your biological child, you murdered their brother. You don't have no business asking to kiss your kids. It's the pathetic nice guy act for me. Like, you're not a nice guy. You're an evil man.
The car.
Bro, just let me kiss my
Stay
boys
in the
real quick.
car.
I'm just saying, like, just let me kiss my boys real quick, bro. All right, I'm coming in the car. I'm going in the car. I'm not going on that. I'm not going on that. I'm not
Start
going
off faster.
I'm not going on that.
Lean back for me.
All right, go ahead.
Do not get out of the car.
I'm not, bro. I'm not. They tighten, bro. They tighten.
What is?
Yeah, just,
The cops?
yeah. You the clamp. I'm not gonna do anything. I swear to you, I'm not gonna do anything. Just go ahead. I promise you.
Try and scoot that way.
I can't scoot that way. Your seatbelt like locked. I can't scoot like here. I promise you, I'm not gonna do
All
anything.
right, just don't move.
I'm not. Yeah.
They need to be very, and I'm glad they didn't get hurt, but you need to be careful with these types. I promise. Promise me nothing. You literally tried to act like that boy ran away. You deleted him and you stuffed him in a crawl space. Like he's an evil dude and he's just trying to play like he's a good man or he's just a father trying to get by. No, you deleted that boy because you were mad at his mother. That is disgusting.
All right, just one.
All right. You gotta give me. I can't move my arm to the other one. Can you just? Here.
All right,
Listen. Just
all
do
right,
it.
stand up,
Yeah.
turn around. Don't do anything.
I'm not.
Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay up against the car. All right, now get back in.
Hey! No, I'm not doing this. What are you doing? I just want to kiss my boys, bro. Come on. Just let me kiss my boys.
Get back in the car.
All right, come on.
Stay in there. You're not coming out no matter what.
All right, bro.
Stop moving.
All right. I'm just going right in my car. Get my phone.
No, don't touch anything.
All right.
Don't touch.
My mom can pick my boys up.
Keep your hands over
All
here
right.
where I can see them.
All right.
Over here.
He's incredibly unstable. Incredibly, you could tell he can't even keep himself together just to sit down. He lied to the police for over 20 plus minutes, sitting there acting like they were going to find that boy somewhere around the corner or in the house. These types of liars are incredibly scary. They will lie straight to your face. They don't care. Even press, they will lie straight to you. See now he lied to them all the way up until they got into that bedroom. He acted like they were just going to find him somewhere in the room hiding. It's too much. It's too much. His behavior is too much. You cannot just have kids with these men, especially they have a temper like this. Listen, one thing a man isn't going to do is raise his voice at me and I'm going to feel safe near you. No, sir. You raise your voice at me every time you do one thing, you're scaring me. Like, I'm not trying to be around no aggressive, loud, boisterous, bandit-like males. You don't need to be around that. If you start falling in love with somebody and then when things get bad, you see them like this, come on. Muka said, what app do you use to do reactions like this? Like pull up 2 streams and we can watch together like this. I use StreamYard. I was using, what do you call it? Restream because it was a little less pricey, but StreamYard has evolved so much. Like if I had a different type of computer, I would use different things, but StreamYard I would say is kind of at a higher level because you can and if you guys haven't already, don't just check out my vertical streams, come to my regular streams as well. I've been trying to double stream to kind of get the revenue together. Like when you do just verticals, you're not getting the type of revenue that you get when you do a full stream. So if you guys can tune into those 2, I would appreciate it. But I would say and I was responding to this comment here. I would say to use Restream if you're low. You know, you don't want to spend a lot of money right now, and you're just new to things. But StreamYard is a good one as well. Yeah, half-assed attempt getting away. I don't know where he thinks he's going. I don't know where he thinks he's going. Oh, let me go kiss my kids. Oh, just give me a second. Oh, just loosen it up, and then barely run. I mean, he's drenched in sweat because he deleted a boy, and that boy was 15. You're not telling me a 15-year-old is just somebody easy for you to lay out flat. They're strong. So he probably got into a whole fight with the little boy and deleted him and threw him in that crawl space like an animal. You know, like it's crazy. Yeah, I don't like the raising the voice at people. Like, if you gotta yell at me, bro, there ain't nothing going on between me and you. You should be able to tell me like you're doing too much or whatever without screaming, because I don't scream just to scream.
Hands over here.
I'm not taking it off.
It doesn't matter. I need to see.
I can't.
You've already done this once.
I'm saying you didn't double lock them.
I double locked both of them just now.
Bro,
And I had
they
you
not.
out.
They not. Listen, I swear you they tight.
I'm telling you,
All right,
I did it.
all right.
All right?
Just my life away. Just give my life away.
Just stop. What are you doing?
I just threw my life away, bro.
Will you stop?
Okay.
Stop unbuckling.
I
What are
just
you
threw
doing?
my life away, though.
I don't care. Hey, listen. Stop.
Just choke.
Stop. What are you doing? Get back.
He should have put him in the car and closed the door. Why are you leave? My problem is, why is this officer leaving the door open? He just literally deleted his stepson, threw him in a crawl space like a rag doll. You should have put him in the vehicle, locked him up nice and tight, and closed the door. Like, you should not be talking to this man with the door open. That's my issue.
Just choke me.
Adam 4, look, to Adam 1, can you come back out here, please? Hey, get off my gun!
Look, just choke me. Just choke me.
Adam 4, trying to grab a gun! Stop!
Get in the car, Will. Get in the car. Oh, yeah.
Burn him out! Burn him out! Burn him out! Burn him out! On the ground.
I want to cut him.
Where's she going?
I'll check somebody. Yep, I got to start. Who's going to go next? Can we get an OPA? Can we get BDM ventilation started, please?
Signal 13, signal 13. 3 on 2, 1448, 7 point way, 1440.
Hey man, house is clear.
What do you
It's gonna
need?
go down.
Okay.
Fire's upstairs working 1. I don't know if he's a gunshot victim. I got a door over here, right. Moving. We're still.
And listen, there is nothing that man can say that boy would have did that would warrant pulling out a weapon. Just like we say 15-year-old girls are children, that's a little boy too. He's a young man. That is not a grown man. He treated him like he was an adult male who was a threat. And I can promise you there was never a point in their interactions that he was a threat. He could have called the police and said, come get my stepson. He could have called anybody, but he chose to take his life. Nothing is more dangerous than an unstable, mentally ill, vengeful man. Nothing. He's doing all of this like he didn't delete that boy for no reason. There was no reason for this. They're having a spat. They're breaking up. Move on, dude. It's over. What is deleting her child going to do?
Clearing the house. Fire's upstairs working 1. Stand by. Yeah. Where's 1448? Where's 1448?
Rest of the house is clear. I mean, body clear.
Hey, do a secondary.
Yeah, fire's upstairs, third floor.
Back here.
You okay with that?
So what's the injury?
No injury that we find straight off.
Okay.
But
What's going on?
Come here for the child custody speech.
Okay.
He just texted me. He's beating himself up. A 15-year-old son, hers. He doesn't have custody. He says his bags are packed at the back door. He ran the back door. He must have been texting me first saying I ran the back door. This dude. Ma'am, get back! Get back! Get back now! Get back!
that's a insane guy. Hey, what? Yes, he's gonna
Hey.
be $30.
Back up.
No,
Back up.
that's away from my house.
Back up.
My son's in there.
I understand that. The fire department is
No,
working
what
right
happened
now.
to him?
I have no idea,
No,
man.
but I need to know he's my son.
I have no idea. It's not a, I can't tell you. I literally don't know right now.
Oh, Jesus. No, he is my son. He hurt my son.
Okay.
No.
We're trying to figure that out, ma'am.
What?
Stop.
I can't stop. Yes, you can. It's on my wrist. I can't stop. Turn me on my side. Because my hands going numb. Yeah. My hands going numb. All right. It's like numb.
Hold on.
I told you broke it. It's numb.
All right.
Stay where you're at. Stay here.
I am still here, but I told you it's broken.
All right, I'm moving your legs. All right, you're on your side. Stop moving.
I'm done.
All right.
It's broken.
Yeah.
China.
That's
I'm
enough.
going.
Hey, go.
I'm going. Keep going. I'm going. Stay here with us.
Hey. It would also be helpful if we got medications and any kind of medical history and whether or not he does any street drugs.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't remember hitting him.
What was the situation?
I have no idea. I just got here. He just called for more units for backup.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Find out what happened
Okay.
from them so we know if that has anything to do
Okay.
with this case.
So, Sutton gets here for the child custody dispute. This dude,
It's the same incident, right?
this is the same incident, all the same incident. So, he goes in, starts checking the house because the son's texting mom saying, hey, I'm out. Deuces. I'm rolling out.
This guy.
Right? No, son who's upstairs. There's a 15-year-old kid upstairs right now, unresponsive, fire's
Kept the
working.
son's phone when he said his story was he kept the phone because he's leaving. Well, it's on my name.
So the son said he was leaving. That's upstairs.
Possibly, or the dad was texting.
Is this the dad? Okay. So what else is inside other than the kid and him?
There's two juvenile males that are okay.
They were outside on the stoop.
Is there trauma to the 15-year-old?
He's sensitive.
But how so?
Well, no, I couldn't get any calls. I couldn't get anything.
Okay, does he have extra holes that he's not supposed to? I need y'all to move back there, okay? Past the crime scene line, okay? Put your shoe.
I need to go back to my bed, not now.
All right, listen, everybody, I know that this is your house, but for right now, can y'all move behind that line over there?
Sure.
Just until we can figure out what we got going on here, okay? Yes, ma'am.
That's my son's house.
Okay, well, right now, we need you to stay back behind the line here. You see the trees with the crime scene line? We need you to stay back there, okay?
Is somebody hurt?
Right now, we can't talk about that, okay? We just need you to stay back there, okay?
Where's my son?
Right now, we'll talk with you in a second. Just do me a favor, go back there, okay?
We'll get someone to talk to you here very soon, okay?
Do we have any sort of information out there?
He is, right now, he is uncooperative. So I just want to get a preliminary diagnosis from you guys.
Right now, it appears medical, but we cannot 100%.
Stay with them, space.
Yes, sir. Holy. Are you guys good? He didn't. The one guy didn't attack any of you guys? Okay. Did anyone clear that behind you? That attic space?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
Sorry. I just don't want anyone to be.
What's your 15 seconds free charging?
Don't trip on the wire right
No,
there,
you're
boss.
good, you're good. My bad, boss.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Do you see anything in there?
Pause.
Oh, just a safe? Okay.
Case that's delivered in compression.
Stop. All right. Let's sit him up. Come here, buddy. Hey, what's your first name?
Eric, bro.
Yeah, sit up with me, buddy. Sit up. Sit up.
You know, him being DOA is partially because this man delayed telling what happened for a long time. You know, I don't know when they actually found out what was going on, you know, when they sensed it, or when they had a belief. I don't know. I think the woman, when she told them that she was having a custody dispute, I think she knew that he was going to hurt her son. And so there was a lot of time that he delayed. That boy might have been alive. He might have been on his last breath minutes ago arrived. They're obviously doing life-saving care. It sounds like they have that thing that you do that you try to give them, like the norepinephrine, whatever those adrenaline hormones are. They give them that, and then you would think if he was, if he would have got care right away, he would probably be able to survive a gunshot wound. But no, he was delaying them. He was playing around. He took them up there, and he still wasn't saying what was going on. Like, at that point, there's no life-saving measures that are going to be able to save that much time without oxygen, possibly already having been deceased. Like, there's no amount of life-saving care that's going to change that. So, very tragic. And he sits here like a big dumb baby, rubbing himself on the floor and wanting people to feel bad for him. But yeah, that's the right one. That's the right one. You could send that one. I don't put my YouTube email on there anymore because I've heard of people being hacked. I've had people try to send me some strange stuff. So yeah, you can check. You can just you could email me there. You just have to let me know when you email me. That way I can go and check that specific email. So thank you. But let's continue.
Right here. Good talk, Rich. All right? I think it's talked about that, bro. All right, ready? I'm going to get up with you, okay? 1, 2, 3.
It looks like he was city police. What's that? The dad. Which I think, so it said better. I don't know if he had PTSD or, but it looks like someone nailed the kid under the into the attic room.
Nailed it in there?
Yeah, like screwed it in there. So I think this is going to be honest.
When's the last time he was seen well by someone?
I have mom knows that information. Okay. If you ask mom, she knows. Yeah, I'm good. They're on their way out. Yeah, I'm gonna ride in the hospital in the ambulance. Okay.
He's in the back. He wants to die. Claimed he has a broken wrist. I told him that he wanted a medic. I said, we'll take you directly to the hospital. He said, okay. So that's how I convinced him to stay calm. Okay, so he's going down as an EP now? 100%. He wants to kill himself. Sir. Are you able to get out of this situation? Like, to drive away? Yeah. You and boss, you're going. Actually, stand by. Let me see if I've got a who do you have today? The kid from what? I can't remember. Sisk? Yeah. You, Sisk, and boss. You're going to the hospital. Okay.
How does it preliminary?
Horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, he's flatline. Nothing good's happened.
Okay.
But because of his age and the fact that he
and notice they said he was screwed in that crawl space, so he deleted him and put him away. That's why they said, when's the last time you guys saw him well? Because texting the mom and say that doesn't mean he was alive just because he was texting her. She could have been trying to get him for days and was now going to get the police involved, and this is the outcome.
was wet. It might have been a drowning. It's just, we got a few straws, but we're not going to stop working and leave him here. We're going to BWMC. I didn't see any obvious trauma, but given all the drama, Lord knows what he was doing.
Okay. Fair enough. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Your folks that got here first, I think, did it help. This isn't easy, I know.
Yeah. And then have you already taken him? Or he's still upstairs?
Oh, no, they're transitioning down. I was just making a reservation at the hospital. Do you have everything controlled outside? Okay.
Yeah, we had the block knocked off. So.
Well, I called for another medic unit to possibly help you with sedation with that fool. I didn't know how bad it was.
No, we got him out of here. So.
Excellent.
Okay, all right. So he was fighting fast. He told me to come out. He was saying, "I want you to shoot me, I want you to shoot me." So I don't know. Just that should be documented.
And I'm not saying someone having self-deletion ideations is not important, but these type of manipulate. I mean, the way he lied the whole time, he's using that self-deletion ideology to get out of consequences. He really just wants sympathy. He doesn't want them to feel bad. He wants to delay going to jail, want to go to the hospital first, be seen by mental health, whatever. They should do all that at the jail. There's counselors and therapists and people at the jail. He should not be taken to a hospital, given what he's done, how much he's lied. He has a propensity for manipulation. They should not. But who am I, right? I'm not in law enforcement. These are crimes. Maybe his guilt was eating him up, but still.
I got you. I didn't know if while you're at the hospital, the eval forms and all got to be filled out as well.
No, we'll deal with that.
Okay.
You can just chill. I just need you to chill and calm down for a little bit. If you want to go sit in your car in the AC and just sit down for a minute, you should probably do that.
All right, yeah, I just want to make you worried if you was making the suicide.
I got you.
So his pants are soaking wet,
Okay.
and they said they found him in there. There's a little bit of water in there. He's got insulation all over him. You can see where the plywood broken off.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to look up there. There's a safe there. That I don't know.
Yeah, I'll let my
You can see. I can't tell for the hole up there or anything.
That's all right. Here.
Yeah.
I'll let my CID work with it.
Yep. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Show's over. Thanks for coming down. It's all over now. He's in custody. There was a child custody. I don't have all the pieces. Okay. So, child custody dispute ends up, Sutton gets the wild hair, feels something's wrong, goes upstairs, finds this kid in like a crawl space back in his bedroom with drywall in front of it.
But we're all clear in the house and everything.
House is clear.
No
Yeah.
kids in there.
House has been cleared like 2 or 3 times over. So.
I told Sarge when I got out of my car when I got here, I must have hit someone or something because my side view mirrors.
We'll take care of it.
Okay. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to let you. I didn't want to not lie to you, sir.
That's a whole other thing, dude. Don't even worry about it.
I didn't want to lie to you, sir. I just wanted to tell you.
I think that call's sitting on the stack right now.
Okay. I just didn't want you to find out through someone else.
I'm not worried about that.
Yes, sir. I'm going in the front. I got to ride in the front.
You can call. Let me know. Yes, sir.
I'm riding in the front.
Eric Banks was suspended from the Baltimore Police Department. He entered an Alford plea to second-degree murder and attempting to disarm a police officer, and was sentenced to 42 years in prison.
So, yeah, I mean, the fact that he's a police officer, just insane, in my opinion. Very troubling. So that was Mr. Eric Banks. We're going to move on, and he's no mister. He's more like a disgusting bandit. But next we'll move on to this case, to discuss the case of Angela Bledsoe and James Ray III. Right, this is a very, very toxic couple. Unfortunately, a mother, friend, sorority girl, and at the end of the day, an innocent woman was deleted. One thing I will say, this is definitely a story of watch out how you get them and who you choose to lay down with. All right, let's get into this case here on Law and Crime. All right, let me share my screen. Sorry, y'all, I'm a little slow. Right now. Okay. Shot her in the back and shot her twice more while she was in her resting position. The way these men will take you out, you would never think there was love. You would never think there was love. Like, just sickening. This one really turned my stomach, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Access to Rome, Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. Welcome to the show. I bet he's horrible that thing happened. I bet he's horrible. He's the horrible thing that happened. Yeah, exactly. He's definitely the horrible thing that happened. Okay. Just terrible. Look at this ugly man. I don't know if Bakari is the actual one. No, Bakari was another guy who was involved. But honestly, every guy in this case, I'm just going to say this. Every man in this case, terrible options. And it's unfortunate that some of our sisters feel like they just got to keep nosediving with these low value, low quality men.
Member of a D9 organization, historically black.
And notice, they're both rich, by the way. So when I'm talking about low quality, low value men, I'm talking about who they are. Because his story is nothing sweet. And it's sad that a woman of her caliber felt like being with a man like this. Listen, money is not everything. This is one thing I'll say. Money is not everything. She was obviously a woman of means. She came from money. Money is not everything. You are better off finding a good quality man that is yours, that does not belong to somebody else. All that extra drama when you are, I guess people will have questions about the caliber of woman she was based on what happened in this story. But I would say if you come from means, why would you settle to be with somebody just because they have money? I don't think either of these men were actually really pleasant. I think she just liked being attached to a man. He had black skin. He had money.
Well said.
Another police officer. Holy hell. Married, sought a divorce, and moved his wife out. Honey, I'm not in any way, shape, or form blaming the victim. This is what is different about what I'm saying and what other people said about this story. That was a recipe for disaster. If that is how he treated his wife, woman who had his name, honey, he knocked you up to bring you. He was probably already planning to get that woman out the house, and that's how he wanted to do it, was by bringing in a pregnant girlfriend. That is not a safe environment. I wouldn't suggest any woman do that. I wouldn't suggest any woman move into a house that man used to share with a wife after he done put her out. That Diary of a Mad Black Woman, that story. Oof. Do not recommend. I'm gonna say this, right? Divine Nine Lady, way too smart to be with that man. Way too smart, and to me it's like, how did you think that you should be how did you feel that you deserve to be in this situation with this man? Like, this is very ghetto. Very, very ghetto. And I'm not saying that to try and be talking down on her. This is a terrible situation to settle for. Terrible. And now you're sitting there with him. You're basically just living in there as his prized possession. And obviously the relationship's over, but are you allowed to move on? No. For the people saying she was cheating, she broke up with him. She tried to leave him many times. He treated her like a possession. How does a woman break up with you so many times, leaves you, tells you she's getting a new man, don't want nothing to do with you, and you're going to sit here and act like when she's with a new man that she's just doing you so bad? She didn't want him anymore. Yeah, I believe that she wasn't taking it too serious. I think she should have got out of there a long time ago and stayed gone. And I get it. Like, she probably didn't want to spend money. She probably was comfortable. She probably felt like she had time. Happy New Year, Kiki. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming. At the end of the day, you don't have the right to delete somebody because they're not with you no more. I'm sorry. You don't. You do not. Whether it felt wrong or not, just because somebody wants to keep you trapped up in a marriage and don't want to take serious that the relationship is over, yeah, she should have definitely got a divorce. But she just moved on with her body. She said, "I'm done." She said, "Me and you, we're done, and I'm show you we're done." Went and got another man. You can't do that to every man. I'm not saying that he was justified either. Just like you guys are saying is never justified. I'm not saying it was justified either, but you cannot do that around every man. They will hurt you, yes, shamelessly. And then there'll be other men out there that'll say she was cheating, she was a cheater. She knew it was wrong. She should have got a divorce. That don't justify what he did. She should have definitely got out of there. I'll tell you that. I feel bad for anybody who loses their life because of how somebody else feels. I feel bad for anybody who loses their life because of how somebody else feels. You don't have the right to end anyone's life. You play God, whatever consequences come out of that, you better just accept what they are. You see how he's sounding unhinged? Okay, you can move on, but you're not gonna take my daughter. Sir, go to court. Divorce her. Tell the court you want full custody, partial custody. Say you can afford it, she can't. Whatever you need to say. But acting like this woman is caged to you after you threw out your own wife and you never married her. He threw out his. Let's just remember this before y'all start talking about, oh, he cheated on she cheating on him. Boom, boom, boom. You threw out your own wife, a woman that you made vows to for your baby mama, essentially, because you never married her. Probably didn't want to give another woman power to you and your finances. Yes, he was the wrong man. He put his own wife out. He put his own wife out like a dog. He could have divorced her properly, made this new woman feel comfortable with his wife, forge a relationship because he had probably had kids with the other woman. No, he threw that wife out, moved into new hoe, whatever you want to call her, because that's what people will call her at the end of the day. But that's what he did to his wife. So whatever outcome he got of her going and finding a new man, bro, you deserved it. There is no justification. There's no mess around and find out. He never took this woman serious in the first place. He knocked her up and kept her hostage in a relationship. They weren't even married. I don't know what was making her stay. She probably was scared to leave. But there's no sympathy for this guy. He did worse to his wife, to this woman. Like, he didn't just off somebody, because like the prosecutor just said, at the time that he's having these conversations and making these phone calls, Angela's deceased. Somebody who could just go on like that, there's nothing normal about that. He did not cover his bases. That's why this is being recorded. That's why they found all that evidence, because what he was doing was truly diabolical, and you're not going to get away with things like that, especially not in the technological era. I mean, you can love your daughter and be a murderer as well. Oh, hold on. Am I back on the screen? I can't tell because my computer is being. I can't tell. Am I back on the screen? No. Oh, I am. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sometimes they get really finicky, especially if we're doing a good educational review. I don't know why they do this to me. Oh, I'm on the vertical screen. I don't know why they struck down one of my streams but not the other one then. What the heck? Robot, it's called fair use. Oh, so my other stream is down, but the vertical is not. What do YouTube be up to? Like, what do YouTube be up? This is not fair at all. Okay, give me a second. Let me move on to the next story. I am going to come back to the case of Angela Bledsoe and James Ray. That case really bothered me, so I'm going to come back to it. But let's move on to a case that happened in New Haven. Okay, this case was really troubling, and it's more media versus a video. So I'm going to go and put this one up for you guys. We'll kind of move on from the other one until they decide to clear my other stream because they have not. All right. This case really bugged me. I'm not going to hold you guys. And we'll watch that video in a second, but there's an ad on it. So I'll kind of start reading the stream. Let me just pause it. All right. So East Haven, Connecticut. A man was charged with murder after an alleged domestic violence stabbing incident on Tuesday morning in East Haven, Connecticut. Police on Wednesday identified the female victim as 21-year-old Destiny Rumley. And there's a picture going around her of her on yeah, I might end the horizontal on this. I don't know how to do that. Let me manage my layout. Actually, I'm gonna just keep it on horizontal. You're not on screen. I don't know why it's doing that. But okay. So according to East Haven Police, around 8:10 a.m. Let me show you guys Destiny Rumley because I know you guys have been seeing this probably on Facebook, other apps that you use. This man is just kind of a terrible individual. Like, he took a young woman whose life was still forming. Am I showing you guys the right stream? Let me show you guys this one. Just so you can see her. This is the bandit. And again, if you look at a definition of bandit, it's like some of these dudes, that's all you can call them. You know, they hang around gaggles of criminals. Beautiful women have no business with him. But this is the man he deleted, 21-year-old Destiny Rumley. All right, let's go back to this article here. On Tuesday, officers responded to an apartment complex on Old Foxen Road after multiple 911 calls reported a man attacking a female victim in the hallway. Brazen. They're not even in fear of treating women like this openly. They don't care who sees. They're very impulsive. The officers went into the apartment building and encountered a man identified as 21-year-old Tyreek Black in the doorway of an apartment in close proximity to a large knife, according to police. Black allegedly retreated into the apartment and barricaded himself inside. This is what these bandits always want to do. They're very quick to commit these crimes, but they're not quick to want to take the consequences. It's always whining. It's always wanting to hold the police up. Sir, you did what you did just as quickly as you did. The officers tried to de-escalate the situation and get into the apartment, but were not successful. During that time, another officer went around to the side of the complex, the side of the building, found the side window, smashed it out, and was able to retrieve a young child from the apartment. We just saw what we saw, guys. These men will take out innocent kids in their issues, in their problems, in their conflicts with women. So the fact that this officer went and did that, he's a hero, if you ask me. The child was not injured, according to police. Black eventually unlocked the doors and the officers went into the apartment. Black was allegedly combative with officers, but they were able to arrest him. This is beautiful Destiny Rumley. Young woman with her whole life ahead of her. She had her whole life ahead of her, but she lost it to an unhinged young man who didn't know how to control himself and had no business being around her. Rumley was found in the apartment suffering from multiple stab wounds, then taken to Yale New Haven Hospital, where she died. The officer of the chief medical examiner's office said the cause of death was stab wounds to the trunk, extremity, and head, and the manner is homicide, obviously. I mean, just all those stab wounds to begin with is just proof that he had rage in him. When these men show you that they have signs of volatility, you have to get away. They'll do anything. They don't care. They'll hurt you. And you won't be that woman to them. You won't be their wife. You won't be their girlfriend. You won't be their lover. You will be a stranger, someone they want to hurt. One sign of that angry attitude, that bad attitude, you got to go. You cannot play around with men like this. And then, especially if they start threatening you, you got to go. The officer of chief medical, so he said it's a homicide. Police said Black and Rumley appeared to be in a dating relationship and that the victim was the mother of the child. The child is currently in the care of other family members, according to police. So another Black child has to be raised without a mother who probably loved him and prioritized him. Officers are trained and ready for these types of situations, but you are never really ready to encounter something of that nature, Captain Mergo said. To look for an alternate way in that really lends to the training the officer has. So let's watch this little video here. This is the news clip. I'm just gonna say this is unrelated, but the captain is fine, right? But let's continue.
Following a stabbing in East Haven, we're told a child was home at the time of the incident, and one person is now under arrest. News 8's Preston Stober breaks down what we know right now in this investigation.
Just off of Old Foxen Road in East Haven, a woman was stabbed to death by 21-year-old Tyreek Black. Police are considering this a domestic violence incident that happened at the apartment complex just behind me. We were asked by the property manager to stay off of the property.
Just after 8 this morning, police say the attack happened. They arrived to find 21-year-old Tyreek Black, who quickly barricaded himself in the apartment.
During that time, another officer went around to the side of the apartment complex, to the side of the building, found a side window, smashed it, and was able to actually retrieve a young child from the apartment.
Police say that the young child did not suffer any injuries and confirm that the child's mother is the stabbing victim. Police are not yet confirming her name. After police got into the apartment, they arrested Black and rushed the woman to the hospital, where she later died. Police say the victim and Black initially appear to have been in a dating relationship.
Officers are trained and are ready for these types of situations, but you're never really ready to encounter something of that nature.
Mergo described the scene as traumatic for some officers. Weighing in on the attack, East Haven Mayor Joseph Carfora said, quote, "This is a sad and unnecessary loss for our community. Our thoughts are with the victim's family, loved ones, and especially her young child affected by this terrible act." Police say the child has been reunited with other family members and mention the unimaginable loss the child is going through. But police highlight the effort that resulted in the child being removed from danger.
To look for an alternate way in, that really lends to sort of the training that officer has. Just the thought to be able to go around to a side window, smash it out.
Yeah, and to be thinking perceptively that if he would do what he did to that woman, then what would he do to her child? Sometimes the kid has nothing to do with the situation, and they are victims. Kim first said, "I just got here. Where is this?" I forget. Oh, East Haven, Connecticut. This is East Haven, Connecticut.
To bring a child to safety, that officer is a hero in my book.
Police continue to investigate the murder as Black remains in custody.
Black is being charged with multiple crimes, including murder. He's being held on a $2 million bond and is expected in court tomorrow. In East Haven, Preston Stober, News 8.
And let me just say, like I mentioned, these bandits always want to get in court and be crying and sad and say, "Oh, I regret what I did." Oh. If only you had thought before you took a mother away from her kids. You can't undo that. If only you had thought before you reacted vengefully and violently. But you didn't. And someone is gone, and you have to pay the consequences. No one is about to feel bad for you. I don't get why these people get in court and start crying like people are. I would care more about how her family feels. Do you all want us to do what we need to do? Like, do you want us to just do a firing squad or something? Because you do a mother like that, you take a mother from her son, somebody she loves, just because of your feelings. No, we don't care. All right, so let me show the courtroom chaos. This is a little clip, but I'm actually not going to play this because people have been getting finicky with their little shorts and want to hit you with copyright when they're not even news articles. So let me let me play this little clip here from court. Things got really tense. Her family was not rocking with him. They wanted to beat his ass, and I don't blame them. So let's get into this really quick.
Man accused of killing a young mother faced a judge in New Haven this morning, and the families came to blows while he was being led away by court marshals. NBC Connecticut's Kevin Geist joins us live outside the East Haven Police Department tonight with new details. Kevin, an extremely emotional day for both families here.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. The death of Destiny Rumley here in East Haven is still extremely fresh, and the emotions just pouring out into the courtroom, especially as the family and friends of both parties started to learn the specific details about this case. A New Haven courtroom erupting into chaos following the arraignment of 21-year-old Tyreek Black. He's accused in the murder of 21-year-old Destiny Rumley.
The victim suffered 9 deep puncture wounds.
The hearing emotional as family for both victim and defendant heard details about the brutal death.
He called actually the police and indicated, quote, "I just stabbed my," close quote.
Look, now you want to be crying.
Locked himself in the apartment.
Sir, now you want to be crying? I wish you would have cried before you grabbed the knife, before you took her life. It's too late now. Her family don't give a damn about them tears. They want him to jump over that bench and smack him upside his head.
On Old Foxen Road.
You're Christina.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. What did I just do?
The man accused of killing a young mother faced a judge
of 21-year-old Destiny Rumley.
The victim suffered 9 deep puncture wounds.
The hearing emotional as family for both victim and defendant heard details about the brutal death.
He called actually the police and indicated, quote, "I just stabbed my," close quote.
Police say when they responded, Black locked himself in the apartment on Old Foxen Road. When he let them in, he was combative as they attempted to arrest him. Officers also pulled Rumley's 3-year-old child out of a window of the apartment to get him to safety. Rumley was stabbed 9 times, according to prosecutors. She died at the hospital. According to court documents, Rumley did attempt to call police on Black before she was stabbed, but dispatch couldn't make out what she was saying, and the call only lasted 20 seconds.
Even if he got life, no, seriously, what justice can we really get?
Her cousin, Angel Hubbard, an alderman in New Haven, speaking for the family.
Who is this character? Because you can't even call him a person. For someone of this horrendous act, you're not even a person.
Black's attorney.
Exactly. You're not a human being. Her family's on point. He's not a human being. You treated her like an animal. You took her life without even thinking. You did it with her son sitting in the other room, knowing he was going to look for his mother. He's not a person, and there's no real justice because she's gone. So them tears, you can save it, young man. You can save them tears. Perhaps if you would have had some emotional clarity at the time that you did what you did.
Abuse issues, but he had no criminal history and expressed
now look at
remorse,
him.
according to the judge.
He's a child too, so his rest of his life is gone too.
The family noting they did not know.
We don't care. Now let me just say this. Who cares? You expect us to care about these young men who are deleting people in their communities? You want us to care about his life? Why? Like to get up there with your big belly and your auntie face and really say some BS. You should say, I'm ashamed of what my son did. I'm ashamed. I wish there was something we can do to rectify this. But to get up there with your funky butt and say, he's a young man too, his life's over too, I don't give a damn. There's a child that's going to go without a mother because of him. I don't care, and nobody else does. Okay, if he's not mentally developed, go and put him in a psych house. Go get him medical care. But to expect for people to have sympathy for somebody who took a knife 9 times to somebody's body and took them away from their child, no. The sympathy is gone. And the crying and the trying to expect people to feel for you, we don't. We feel for that little boy who's going to grow up without a mom. We feel for the pain that that woman felt in her last moments of life. That's what we feel for. But to feel for, no, who cares how much life he has left? I don't care. To get up there and act like people are supposed to feel bad that he's a young man going to jail. Sir, you should, first of all, ma'am, you should have taught that young man better than to have him emotionally going off on a girl. There's no mentally ill sentence. There's no, oh, he was clinically insane, so he knew what the hell he was doing. So what are we saying here? These people don't even be apologetic and then be people wanting people to care about, oh, the rest of his life is over. Sir, ma'am, maybe it deserves to be. Maybe he need to go sit his ass down and learn how to regulate himself. Up here taking people's lives and we're supposed to feel bad that his life's over. Ma'am, he's lucky to be in jail versus people dealing with him how they want to.
Who had dated. They say this act of violence they'll never comprehend and can't even begin to consider what justice even looks like.
There's nothing that he can give as a reason for this, as a reason why now her mother tears got to water the cemetery ground. What? There's no justice.
And Black is being held on $2.5 million bond. He's due back in court on January 14th. We're live in East Haven tonight. Kevin Geis, NBC Connecticut News.
So that was the clip of him in court, wanting people to feel bad. His parents crying, wanting us to feel bad. Listen, I don't have no sympathy for that man. All right, we're going to move on to another case. This is a man who was a truck driver. And if there was a red flag profession, sorry to all my truck drivers, shout out to y'all for making the money you make, doing what you do. Shout out to y'all. But if there was ever a profession outside of law enforcement that I would say is a red flag, is trucking. All right, let's get into this story. And this is between a man and his girlfriend as well. So this is not like he picked up a lot lizard. I don't want you guys to be thinking that either. All right, but this is a red flag profession. Let's get into it.
Get out of the truck now! There's a body in here! Start EMS!
On September 24th, 2023, at around 2 a.m., officers with the Frederick County Sheriff's Office in Maryland responded to a welfare check outside a Costco distribution center. The caller reported that a semi-truck driver appeared intoxicated and had shattered his own window. What officers didn't know was that this would lead to a shocking and disturbing discovery.
What's going on, big man? How you doing? We're not coming in there. You all right? I'm Corporal A-Hog. How are you today? Hey, you're having a bad day. It's all good. We all have them. So listen to me. Here's what we need to do. They got to run their business, right? We don't want to lock you up. We just want to make sure you're okay. We're not taking you to jail. None of that stuff. So do me a favor. Could you just let us know for our safety that you don't have anything in that other hand over there? Can you show me? Just so we feel safe, please. Is there somebody in there with you? Huh?
So it's not just the shattered window. Look at the blood on his arm. And then perhaps the most troubling thing, and we got to bring some lightness to this. Look at that bald patch, man. Ladies, if you're going to be with a man, they got to get him a toupee. I don't know if she snatched the toupee off his head. And I'm gonna keep moving. Imagine a DUI call, then finding a body. Police officers finding a body. I mean, he got a shattered windshield. Yeah, look at that is the first red flag, but I didn't want to just say that. There's also blood on his. So either he was hurt or there was an altercation. Honestly, that windshield looks like he ran somebody over. That's what it looked like to me. Like he ran somebody over, their head hit the windshield and everything. Let's continue though.
Is there somebody in there with you? Huh? You don't have any guns, right? Okay. So can you just let me see in that hand? Please? Do you have a knife?
let me ask you something. Are you having a medical emergency right now? You want me to call you an ambulance here? You don't? But you need to do me a favor. Will you cut your truck off for me? We're not arresting you, I promise. But can you cut your truck off? Because I don't want it to roll anywhere. I don't want it to hurt anybody. If you pass out and then roll, well, no one's saying you get knocked out. Calm down. Hey, come on, please, don't do that. Let off that. Put the truck off for me. Put the truck in park.
Here's one thing I'll say though. That cop is not a rookie. The car is on, he's possibly armed, he has injuries, there's signs that somebody else might have been injured. You don't just jump in there and say, put your hands up, put your hands up. That's not the thing. Every time you don't always gotta jump in with force to get the results that you're trying to get. He could very well put that thing in drive and take off, not very far, but take off and do God knows what else damage. So they do kind of have to work with him, finesse him, keep him comfortable. He had one hand on his side. He could have been slipping. It's true. But again, if let's say he had a weapon, would they want to agitate him into using it? They got to keep him feeling like they're not threatening. And I think that's sometimes what people don't understand when they see interactions with law enforcement. You have to assess the situation exactly. You can't just jump in and start fighting, grab him by the head and say, stop. You can't even police. I'm telling you, the ones that survive the best know how to assess the situation. They don't just jump in there, balls swinging, grabbing people by the neck, making commands. Sometimes you got to talk to people to see how volatile they are before you just jump. That's the biggest part, I would say, of working in law enforcement, working in corrections, working adjacent to people in these fields and things like that, dealing with volatile personalities. You can't just come and be like, tell me, you better do what I say. And that's it. One thing I'll say is I work with people who've committed crimes. I'm saying, and I'm not saying this to make people look bad or make people look down on criminals. There's a place for everybody in the world, right? We're not entitled to delete anybody. There's a place for everyone in the world. I have dealt with people who've committed some horrific crimes. You simply have to be respectful. You got to come to people with energy that's not threatening. You can't be with that person like, put your hands up, do what I say. You get the worst results, I'm telling you. You have to, as a law enforcement officer, as somebody, let me tell you guys, I work in corrections. I deal with people who've committed red rum every day. You have to know how to talk to somebody who has done those type of things. You can't come in guns blazing. You can't be arrogant. None of that. You have to learn how to reason with people no matter what they've done. Yeah, I'm sure you do, but I'm telling you, when it comes to hardened criminals, you got to know how you're talking to people. Somebody already, they have to assess and try not to escalate. A real officer is going to know how to de-escalate. They're going to know how to de-escalate. They're going to come into it, relax, keeping their energy low, like, oh yeah, no, you're straight. Just can you turn the car off for me? Can you turn the car off for me? Not saying put your hands up. You can't make commands. You got to try and work with people. Place your hands where I can see them. You still got to, like, that man looks under the influence. You got to know who you're talking to. Yeah, me too. Midwest safety. And I love how he breaks them down too. I love how he breaks them down at the end because he has the experience as a police officer.
Guys back there, I don't want you to run over one of our guys. I know you don't want to hurt anybody, but we don't want you to hurt yourself, bud. It'd be nice if we could just work something out. We're just putting stuff down. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Shut the fuck door. Just cut the truck off. Don't do that. Well, now you got a whole bunch of flat tires.
Okay, well, don't do that. We don't want you to do that. You're just making this a completely dangerous situation. We're telling you to cut the truck off. Come out and talk. Yes. I want to talk about why you just drove over and flattened all the tires.
And you're exactly right, Lab Chick, right? That person more willing to, kind of succumb, and when I say succumb, I'm talking about giving and taking in a moment to moment basis in order to keep safety. You see how he's doing crazy stuff, but imagine if they would have started screaming, yelling, telling him, get out the car, put your hands up. He's sleeping behind the wheel. All they got to do is deal with him soft and he'll stay right there. The things that could have gotten so much worse, so disturbing, but he's clearly under the influence. We can see that right here. Look at him. Eyes closed, head on the wheel, arm down. He's sitting there like, do I look conscious? No. At the end of the day, things are going to get worse. You can't control a situation, but things can get much, much worse than what we're seeing on the screen. There could have been bullets flying, swinging. He could have been driving into buildings. He stopped less than 500 feet away. He rolled up a little bit and then fell asleep. You got to know how to deal with people in these situations, make moment to moment judgments. I think it's easy to say what you would do, but
Listen, they have another stop stick, so put that set in there. I'll put it in all. Hey! Let me get in there.
Okay. Well, all his tires are hit with them, so it's just a matter of time before he runs out.
There ain't nowhere for him to go. Unless he goes across the median.
You think he's on PCP?
PCP. His SIG's in there laying everywhere. That or meth. It's one of the ones. One or the other.
honestly, Lab Chick, it's one of those few professions that I will say that people don't understand. It's 99% people skills. How can you talk to people? Do you know how to make people comfortable? Do you know how to get the information that you need out of a group of people? That's the important thing. They are dealing with somebody who's under the influence. That person is under the influence. They've already done some violent things, right? By the fact that it looks like he got blood on him. The windshield is busted up. They think there's somebody else in there with him. Maybe they know he got a girlfriend. You can't just rush into these situations making demands. That's one thing people don't understand about officers. They have to have people skills. They have to know how to talk to people, de-escalate. The ones who don't always be in some mess, I'm telling you. Always.
Yep. Well, his front tires are full. This is gonna get dangerous, dude. We're just gonna have to stop it. Terry, can I talk to you for a second? Look, there's a lot of innocent people around here. We don't want anyone to get hurt, especially not you. Just talk to me for a second, okay? We're not doing nothing. Please don't move. We're not. Please, Terry.
What do we even do with this?
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, somebody's gonna have to make a decision and put an end to it. Hey, I can't get the door and we can bust the window and take and do it. It's about the only thing we can do. Yeah, right. Hey, do we have any more stop sticks to get the fronts? Anybody else got stop sticks?
Honestly, I don't think the people around him were concerned about safety per se of like their lives. They were all surrounding him. And I think this is where it's important to be able to assess a situation properly. And I know you're giving your perspective, but just like this is my light tug back to you based on somebody who works with people who committed up to down spectrum of crimes. Like, you have to know how to talk to people. If you don't, you will be in danger. You will be uncomfortable. I can read people's body language. I can tell when somebody don't like me, don't want to be around me, got a problem with me. I can read it. There's some people that think that they're keeping a mask, and I'm looking at them like, you seem like you're gonna crack any minute, Papa. And that's just me, like, because I can read people based off their body language. You're not just gonna tell me what I need to hear, and I can feel and believe that you're a safe. There's things that you need to know to be in law enforcement, in corrections. There's been times where I'm just sitting there, chilling, talking to somebody, thinking everything's cool, and one officer, after the person walks away, the officer come back to me and be like, "Listen, there's some people that will just come and push and push, and when you say no, they're not gonna care what you're saying, even if they're nice and cordial when you say no every day that you talk to them." Like, there's some people who will keep pushing, and that's one thing I've learned. I can read people like a book. It's something you have to know how to do, especially if you interact with people. People skills are important, could prevent an issue from, yeah, because you can really just talk to somebody. Somebody could be all worked up, angry. There's times I've seen people body language tight. They're angry. Ooh, they don't like me. They got a problem. And then I come to them with soft energy. I'm like, how you doing today? Is everything okay? And they're like, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. How are you? Thanks. You've been great. No one's ever asked me that. Because sometimes you don't know what people are dealing with, and their exterior can be harder than what they're feeling. They might still be somebody that you can reason with and speak with. You don't always have to escalate to, oh, demands, commands. People who think that policing is all about demands and commands, those officers who do all that don't get the best results. The ones who get the best results know how to make you feel like, hey, I'm good. Like, I'm just, as an officer, my job is really to make sure everyone's safe. Like, how are you feeling right now? Oh, you're good? You were swerving in between lanes. Everything okay? Oh, you was eating Taco Bell. Listen, it's better that you pull over and eat, because, like, I'm gonna look at you and think that you're under the influence. You know, swerving between lanes, I'm gonna think something's wrong with you. Versus, I need to see your hands. I need to see your hands. It's two different. You have to know, and I'm not saying that people always come in with the big energy yelling, but I think that you have to be able to know how to talk with people. Angry folks all the time, but I can get them calm, and someone else can come in behind me and say one word and set them off. It's all about your attitude. Definitely, Lab Chick, 100% about your attitude. People will come, if you come to people with, I've had people come up to me like, oh, you targeted me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you just gotta do X, Y, Z. And they're like, oh, you know what? I see it your way. Thanks for telling me. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try. And then you see a whole different, their energy starts to deflate. They realize you're not a threat. Some people are just used to the conflict, and if you come to them with a deflation, your energy being lower and calmer, they're more likely to deal with you safe. Whereas some people come in hot, rude, biased, and they think you can't read that. There's some people who are really mentally what you'd consider dumb. They're not like book smart, they're not educated, but they can read you down. And those people, you know them people, because they be looking you up and down, and you feel naked because they can see you. Your body language speaks louder than you. Let's continue though.
Hey! You pull your whole front end off, bud. We just want you to cut the truck off. Hey, calm down, Terry. Calm down. Hey, something. Is your medication? Do you have diabetes? Who said that? I said. What are you reaching for? Okay, sorry. No, I'm good. I have my own water. But your truck's leaking fluids everywhere. It's leaking. No, stop. Don't do that. So
plan is we're gonna try and chop this thing off, try to immobilize it, and then I want to break out that other windshield. Once we get back there, we can go see him, try to get it on the
Okay. Nobody's trying to poison. No. Hey, that'll get you locked up, bud. We're not trying to do that. All you have to do is cut the truck off, bud. I will feed you. I will get you cleaned up, clothes, whatever you need. And you got a good hit front right, bud. Hey, stop!
So,
Stop!
and here's the thing, like, he's only been able to inch forward a couple of feet. Like, he's really not going far. And that's why they all keep asking, like, oh, like, when are we going to put an end to this? Like, we have to stop this. We just need to make a decision. But they also don't want to just uncautiously move forward and start attacking the dude. Like, at the end of the day, him screeching forward a few feet every couple minutes because he's drunk and in and out is better than him going full force and going on a chase. We've seen those cases where they're very demanding, even if they're not yelling or saying, "Let me see your hands," right? Being demanding and really expecting like that person needs to show them their hands or they start putting full on force. No, sometimes you just got to deal with people where they're at. He's at the point, barely conscious, inebriated. There's no weapon that we can see visibly. Let him roll a few hundred feet. We'll figure out how to stop him.
Stop! Because you're tearing up. Stop! It doesn't matter. You're tearing. Look at you're tearing up. We're going to have to arrest you if you don't stop. Cut the truck off and get out of the truck. It's over. Hey, get out of the truck now. You either cut the truck off or you're going to jail. Make myself clear. We're done. Please. I'm asking you nicely. Cut the truck off. Watch out! You're going to hit one of our deputies. Hey, stop! 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 Hey, you're going to hurt someone, man. You're going to hurt Stop! All over now, bud. Stop. Stop. Terry, stop. They're gonna put a smoke bomb in there. I'm telling you, they're gonna spray you, and it's gonna burn. I get out of there. Welcome's over. Get out of the truck. Cut it off. I'm telling you, it's about to be a bad day. Cut it off, please. I told you, bad stuff's about to happen if you don't cut the truck off. Cut it off. Mr. Terry, please cut it off. Watch out! I've got the window. Windows open. Windows open. Side windows open. He's gonna run out of room back here, bud.
My plan is when he stops, we're gonna spray him or gas him.
Listen, the pepper spray, much better. Much better. That's all I'm going to say. Much better.
Stop the truck now! Stop the truck and cut it off! Cut it off! You're gonna get it again! Stop! Now, you got the whole can. He's good. Go. He's good. Go ahead. Hey! Get out of the truck! Terry! Stop the truck! Watch the crossbar! Stop the truck, Terry! Help this now! We can't help! Watch out! Watch out! Get out of the truck! Taser! 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 Get out of the truck! Stop! Cut the truck off! Get out! Get out! Cut the truck! Stop the truck! Stop! Hey! There's a dead body in here! Get out of the truck! Get out of the truck now! There's a body in here! Start EMS! up there. There's a body in here. Start EMS. Got it. Ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am, are you okay? Let's get her out. Ma'am.
She's stuck.
Get him off. Get him in a recovery.
Oh my God! Wait, hold on. I missed that because I was. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. So hold on. At some point, a woman comes to be. Yay! Yes, you are a mod. You've been here long enough. I love your takes. Mod status. Yeah, that was coming. It was just a matter of time. Thank you so much, Joanne Jenkins, for the super chat. I appreciate you. I really do. Brown cider, you know, I can't. Who approved that message? Guys, make sure if I mod you up that you be careful with the language that you approve. That can hurt the channel. Things that are too obscene, things like that. Don't approve NIGGA too much, all right? But yes, thank you so much. And thank you, Joanne, for the super chat. You are greatly appreciated. Mwah. Saddest thing to see how you've seen the video of the apes in the home invasion. Okay, you gotta go, Pin Pon. You know, I know some of you people think that you're funny and clever. You know, you guys think racism is new, but it's not. And you're pathetic. Thank you so much, Lab Chick. I appreciate you. Hopefully, I'm coming across people who like crime stories. Not that you like seeing crime or bad things happen, but at the end of the day, I enjoy. Sorry, I gotta take care of some trash in the chat. I enjoy talking about these cases and learning more about them. You start to see what people do on a day-to-day. That this is not every day, but it happens. And yeah, I love true crime stories. Yeah, definitely racist bandit Dita. Like, so weird. Some of these people be just weird. But yeah, I'm a big true crime buff. I love talking about true crime and kind of going into these stories. Like, you know, a lot of this stuff, analyzing it, seeing these new body cams. Body cams are very new. About 2015, 2016, they were proposed. Most police departments have them now, but they haven't had them since the beginning. So it's interesting to see the evolution, to see what states are more open and willing to even show and share the videos. So let's continue though.
Get out of the truck. Cut it off. I'm telling you, it's about to be a bad day. Cut it off, please. I told you bad stuff's about to happen. If you don't cut the truck off. Cut it off. Mr. Garrett, please cut it off. Watch out! I've got the window. Windows open. Windows open. Side windows open. He's gonna run out of room back here, boy.
Our plan is when he stops, we're going to spray him or gas him.
OC, go to OC. Stop the truck now. Stop the truck and cut it off. Cut it off. You're gonna get it again. Stop. Now, you got the whole pan. He's good. Go. He's good. Go ahead. Hey, get out of the truck. Terry, stop the truck. Watch the crossbar. Stop the truck, Terry. Help this now. Help. We can't help. Watch out. Watch out.
Yeah, so this is what I didn't catch the first time. Like, they discovered her body once they had aired him out and threw in, yeah, he was still going on those flat tires. He was still moving. That's the crazy part. But imagine if they would have just let him go. Listen, Dita said a protector with his wife's body in the back. She was his girlfriend, but still, she was pretty much doing wife things, living with him in the truck. And this is what she got. It's disgusting. It says, welcome, Mukai says, welcome to the channel. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button or subscribe. Please do that for me, guys. They're free. They're free. If you could, I would appreciate you. But this guy is reckless. He's inebriated. He's behind the wheel acting a fool. And he got a body in the back. Like, that is just craziness. You guys like my 2026? Oh, the vertical. Okay, now y'all can see. Y'all like my 2026? This is going to be the year that I balance work and YouTube and actually give you guys the content that I've been trying to give you for a year. So, but this case is just, this is a volatile case. This is not like when you're just looking for your kid and you discover he did something disgusting behind closed doors. Like, this is somebody who's out in the open and he don't care. Thank you. Yes, it's a headband that says 2026. Y'all know on New Year's Day, like the night before the ball drop, I was asleep. I woke up a couple of minutes before, I'm trying to figure out what works best. During the week is hard, but it's looking like Monday and Tuesday will be days during the week, and then Fridays. Still trying to get on the Monday, Tuesday, because I've been going to the gym right after work, but just stay tuned. I'm definitely going to give you guys weekend shows. Like, I gave you guys a Saturday. I'm doing a Sunday. I wanted to come back today, but my energy, again, low. Went to the gym, did a bunch of stuff. But when you have iron issues, your energy's low a lot of the times. But I will be going live definitely on the weekends 2 times. If not, I'll be going live 4 times a week, which will be Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, or Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's the hope, is to give you guys, like almost a full week of shows. Going into this type, like doing body cam, but then also doing like just true crime where I'm reading the articles and I'm giving you the evidence, because there's a lot of cases. Now notice I haven't done another update on Celeste Revs. Those of you who are new, if you want to go back and look at my other video, when Celeste Revs Hernandez was initially discovered in that car, I did content. I did a follow-up video, and then since then, so much has changed. So there's some cases that if I do come on here and I start talking about them, I'm going to go back and wait. Like, I'm not just going to keep doing updates every week. I don't think that's helpful. I also think there's been like some bad media with some of these cases lately. So yeah, I'll be definitely trying to give you guys the content 4 days a week. But if not, you'll get the 2 days on the weekend for sure, because I don't work weekends. 2026 will be a different year, guys. It'll be a different year, a fun year. Hope you guys have a better year. But let's finish out this video of this bandit, because this will be my last love case, right? This was a woman that he was with, obviously. The next case is actually going to be about an individual who just ran into the wrong person. That's what I really think in terms of her case. So let's finish this one up and we'll move on to the last story of the night. Then I'll send you guys off for your Friday night to go get lit, go turn up, and whatever. I work late now, so I'll be looking for your lives. Oh, okay, thank you so much, Dita. On the weekends, I'm definitely gonna do late lives like this. Like, it's easier for me. I need to get my workouts in. You guys know Picos, body, woman, all that requires you to be active, busy, and I work I work 80 hours a week. No, I work like 50 to 60 hours a week. I don't really have time that often to be live during the week. So if I do late lives, they'll be on the weekend. And then during the week, I'm going to try to give you guys lives after 6 on Monday. But yeah, please look out for my lives. I love the mods. Like, I need you guys here because the verticals, you get all kinds of crazy people. You get all types of crazy people, and I'm gonna be doing the double streams. I noticed that today I got flagged for a regular stream, but not my vertical. So I know that once you get your regular streams up to par, like your vertical, the revenue is a lot more. That's why they're pickier with those, and the vertical will just let you run anything. So definitely having mods in here to help keep the chat, promote likes and stuff. You guys will be here. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, you get a lot of trolls, definitely. A lot with vertical. And then also you get a lot of subscribers because when I was streaming last end of the year, I was getting a lot of vertical new subscribers, people that come back. Like, there's a lot of people who discovered me on verticals and then just started following me. So I think it's like a toss up. Like, you might get really good people, you might get trolls. So having some of you guys here too is appreciative. Letting me know what works for y'all too is important. I'd rather have a show with mods that can help me like keep the chat going than not. Of course, I love them. I honestly like the banter. I like talking to somebody who has a different perspective. It helps give the show the balance that it needs. I do think that sometimes when we talk about crime, especially love crimes where people are in relationships and it goes negative, that there's a lot of opinions. I think men talk about relationships a certain way, women can be. So I appreciate different stuff. Yeah, no racist or perverted stuff for real. That's all I don't like. That's what I really don't like. And I don't like homophobia. Y'all gotta hold on to it. Like, for the most part, people can speak, but just hold on to it. Like, it's not even worth getting out. But everything, I'm cool with people saying what they need to. Just make sure the chat doesn't have like extreme language and stuff like that. So, all right, let's continue.
Body in here, 30 MS. You got it. Calm down.
They're coming in.
Ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am, are you okay? Let's get her out.
Guys.
Ma'am.
She's stuck. Get him off. Get him in a recovery.
She's priority 4. She's
P4, buddy. P4.
She's rigor mortis. She's dead.
She's dead. Who's these suspects?
Let's get him away from the door so they can do it.
Oh, God. He's like,
Come on his ass. Come on his ass. You need to sit down on the curb.
Sit down now.
Sit down.
Sit down. Sit down. All right. Sit down. Don't move.
You good?
Yeah.
You need sanitizer?
Yeah, you got any?
Yeah.
I just got cuts on my hands, but I'm good.
Have a noise look at you.
Huh?
Have a noise look at you.
Please help me.
What hurts on you?
Yep, they're gonna hurt a little bit. Then. Hey, do you have a rag real quick before I put that on there? Like a towel.
There you go.
Is the EMS over there? Do they have a rag? They're confirming this one first. Okay. Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Just keep it.
All right. Please, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you by the state of Maryland.
The driver of the semi-truck was identified as 46-year-old Matthew Sidney Watley. The victim found dead inside the cab was...
And let me just say, like, this man should have been alone. Bald patch. They're about to give a breakdown.
46-year-old Candace Thompson. Although the incident...
And that's sad, older woman, probably was ride or dying with the man.
Unfolded in Maryland. Both were from Sicklerville, New Jersey, and known to be domestic partners. According to investigators, their relationship had a documented history of domestic violence in Winslow Township. Thompson had suffered 2 large gashes to her back, and officers recovered a claw hammer and 2 folding knives from the driver's side door. Watley was indicted on one...
The volatile way, like, seriously, like, to gash somebody in the back with a... Oh, God. Sometimes I read these stories and I'm just like, not only this is birth control, this is stay in your house, this is stay away from men, this is stay by yourself, this is sew your coochie clothes. Like, just cleaved her in the back. Documented history of DV. This was like, but she's an older woman, you know. She made it to 40. She probably thought he was harmless.
Count of first-degree murder and 1 count of second-degree murder. Ultimately, Whatley would later plead guilty to second-degree murder, and in October 2025 was sentenced to 40 years in prison, the maximum penalty under Maryland law.
This is a call where you walk up thinking it's just a welfare check, and then reality grabs you by the collar and says, brace yourself because this call is about to get really dark. That's policing the moment you realize the call you planned for is not the call you walked into. There's a certain coldness in the air during the midnight shift that I know far too well. It's that feeling when your instincts start whispering before anyone even opens their mouth. The deputy was calm and playing it cool, but if you were paying attention, you can tell something just wasn't right.
Yeah, and that's something you can tell just wasn't right, was everything about the situation. How he was acting, again, the broken windshield, the blood on his arm, like that didn't necessarily look connected. So you got a busted windshield, but then you got a separate blood or cut on your arm. You are unresponsive, really. There's clear something violent happened, but there's no idea what. That's a bad, bad sign. And they knew it. That's why they dealt with him the way they did. That's why they didn't push forward, make demands, grab him any sooner than they did. It wouldn't have done any good.
When a man refuses the simple things like water, a conversation, or even stepping out of a truck, it's never about the moment. It's about what he's hiding. Every cop has seen that look before that the suspect had, that silent something's wrong tension, the kind that makes the hairs on your arm actually stand up. And it's not fear, it's recognition. Then comes the discovery, the kind that doesn't need words because it changes everything in the moment. And that's the kind of moment in policing when the noise around you just stops because your brain takes about half a second to catch up to what your eyes are seeing. Because it's one thing to expect a fight, a chase, or a drunk driver. It's another thing entirely to realize you just walked into someone's final chapter. And these are the calls that change cops forever. You hold the scene and you write your reports, but that image stays etched in your mind.
Yeah, you open the car door and you see a body. You see a woman with her life gone. You see a dead mother. You see a victim, a DV victim. That's a very different experience than dealing with what they thought was just a drunk driver. But again, the way he dealt with them, the fact that he didn't want to lift his arms or his hands up, the fact that he wouldn't even do basic things, it shows you he's not going to comply with more excessive demands. If you pull somebody over and they're like, show me your hands, they put their hands up, okay. You pull somebody over, they look sloppy, drunk, angry, you're not going to yell at them. You're going to say, are you okay? Can I get you a drink? You want them to be on your side. You want calm. And there's a certain way you got to deal. That's why people in law enforcement can describe it better for you because they can visualize it. And he's talking about how some of these images are etched in your mind forever.
And even after retirement, my heart broke for this woman because this was a tragic ending. However, what's haunting to me is how much gets missed out there simply because people assume the first glance tells the whole story.
Yeah, and the first glance tells you nothing, essentially. All right, let's move on. This is going to be the last case I'm going to cover. And I wanted to cover this case because this was so troubling, you know? This woman, the only mistake she did, and actually she didn't make a mistake. She trusted the wrong person. That person chose to hurt her, to take her life. You can't ask everyone for help. That's the scary thing about the world. You can't ask everyone for help. This young woman lost her life because of a bandit, and he was a law enforcement officer. I'm sorry, law enforcement. Black men in law enforcement are getting no love today. None, because the level of crimes that I'm seeing, the femicide that Black women have to deal with, that young girls have to deal with because they're women, because they're growing into be who they are, is so troubling. This was a young woman. This was a young girl.
July 26th, 2022, 9:46 p.m. A surveillance camera at a community center in Georgia captured a seemingly ordinary moment. A 16-year-old girl standing and talking to a man in a police uniform, just a few hundred feet from her home. She had no idea she was being watched, and she had no idea that this grainy footage would become the last confirmed sighting of her alive. What happened in the next few minutes would shatter a family, expose a dangerous predator hiding behind a police badge, and prove that sometimes the very people who swore to protect us are the ones we should fear the most. Because the person who abducted Susanna that night wasn't a stranger lurking in the shadows. He was someone the community trusted, someone who patrolled their streets, someone in uniform with
and that's troubling. For me, when people say choose better, find that you chose that man, this is the first thing that pops into my head. These are people sworn in to protect and provide, to treat people like human beings, to get to the bottom of crimes, and yet they do these disgusting things. So was the government supposed to choose better? Was this police department supposed to choose better? Anybody can lie. Anybody can deceive. Anybody can choose to do the unthinkable. So when I hear people say choose better, you should have known better, this is the first thing that comes to my mind. Who could have predicted this? Who could predict that a man sworn to be a peace officer, clean, perfect record, she never made it to, was it 15, 16, 17?
a legally carried gun. This is the story of how a police officer became a killer and how a family's worst nightmare became a community's shocking reality. Earlier that day, Susana Morales had done what any 16-year-old would do on a summer evening. She'd told her mother she was going to visit one friend, then changed plans and went to see another, instead perfectly normal teenage behavior that would later take on tragic significance. The young girl with the bright smile and love for singing had spent the evening at Sterling Glen Apartments, a complex in Norcross, Georgia, just outside Atlanta. Susana was the baby of her family, adored by everyone who knew her. She spent hours practicing makeup tutorials in her room, had recently picked up the ukulele, and filled the house with her singing voice. Her mother would later describe how Susana's music made their home feel alive with joy. That Tuesday evening seemed no different from countless others. Around 10 p.m., Susana began her walk home, a short trek of maybe half a mile along roads she knew well. Her phone, equipped with the Life 360 tracking application, showed her location in real time to family members who wanted to keep.
And like, honestly, this is proof that you can do everything. You can have your child's location, you can monitor them minute to minute, but if somebody wants to hurt them, somebody wants to take their life, there's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing. That's why these choose better, you should have known better conversations make zero sense to me. Somebody can choose to kill you, to hurt you at any moment. And the people who love you, who got your location, who know exactly where you're at, they can't change that.
Keep her safe. But safety was about to become an illusion. At exactly 9:46 p.m., the community center camera captured Susana walking along the roadside, unaware that predatory eyes were watching her every step. She appeared calm, unhurried, just a teenager heading home after spending time with friends. Then, something went terribly wrong. What happened next would puzzle investigators for months. Susana's phone showed her reaching her neighborhood, getting close to home where she should have felt safest. Her family, monitoring her location, watched as the familiar blue dot approached their street. Then the dot began moving in the opposite direction. At first, the movement seemed normal walking speed. Perhaps she'd forgotten something or decided to take a different route. But then the impossible happened. According to the GPS data, Susana was suddenly traveling at 40 miles per hour. She didn't drive, she didn't have a car, and nobody in her family was expecting to pick her up. A text message appeared on her phone. "I'm on my way home," but Susana never arrived. Instead, her phone continued its high-speed journey away from safety, away from home, away from everything familiar. At 10:30 p.m., One of her friends received a crash alert from the Life 360 application. The phone had stopped moving. It would never move again. Susanna's family began searching immediately, driving the streets, calling her name, hoping against hope that this was all some terrible misunderstanding. But when dawn broke on July 27th, their daughter was gone. Meanwhile, just a few miles away at Sterling Glen Apartments, a 22-year-old police officer named Miles Bryant was going about his evening routine. Bryant worked as a courtesy officer at the complex, a position that gave him reduced rent in exchange for patrolling the property and keeping residents safe. He was also a sworn officer with the Doraville Police Department and
That
served in
is
the National.
so a police officer, a security guard for an apartment to a point where he has reduced the rent. He flew under the radar. There's no way to predict who people are.
National Guard. To his neighbors, his colleagues, his superiors, Miles Bryant appeared to be exactly what law enforcement should represent: dedicated, conscientious, always willing to help. But appearances can be devastatingly deceiving. The next morning, July 27th, Bryant contacted police with a concerning report. His service weapon, a Glock 19 pistol, had been stolen from his vehicle. Someone had broken into his truck overnight, he claimed, taking his holster and gun while leaving everything else untouched. The timing was remarkable. Less than 12 hours after Susana Morales vanished, the courtesy officer who lived at the very apartment complex she'd been visiting was reporting a stolen firearm. But this was just the beginning of Miles Bryant's elaborate deception. For Susana's family, the next 6 months were a living nightmare of uncertainty. Tips poured in from across the country, reported sightings in Detroit, Nashville, Gatlinburg. Each lead brought hope, then crushing disappointment when investigations turned up nothing. Police deployed drones, thermal imaging, and aerial surveillance. They conducted.
I honestly don't believe any of those leads were real. I believe those were fake outs, trying to give people hope and distracting them from the fact that she still wasn't found. That's the sad part. Mukai said he was knocking her down. There's nothing normal about a grown man sleeping with a child, so whether you think 16 is a child or not, that's a child. Her family had no idea who the dangerous person was. Yeah, they had none. Whether he sustained a secret relationship with her or not, nobody knew of him. He was not legit.
Conducted undercover operations, worried that Susana might have been taken into human trafficking networks. Every resource was exhausted, every possibility explored. Her mother, Aura Morales, faced the worst kind of anguish, not knowing. Was her daughter dead? Was she suffering somewhere? Was she trying to come home? The questions haunted every waking moment and invaded every dream. It is the worst possible thing to not have closure, investigators would later observe. I think my daughter may be alive. I hope my daughter is alive, but I don't know. Emotionally debilitating is not the right two words to use. It's worse than that. Throughout those 6 months, Miles Bryant continued his duties as courtesy officer and police officer. He patrolled Sterling Glen Apartments, the very place where Susana had last been seen. He carried himself with the same professional demeanor that had earned him respect among colleagues. No one suspected that the person helping search for the missing girl might be the very person who knew exactly where she was. February 6, 2023, 6 o'clock in the evening. An off-road enthusiast was exploring remote areas near Drowning Creek Road and Highway 316 in Decatur, Georgia, more than 20 miles from where Susana had disappeared. What he found changed everything. The victim's remains, tragically decomposed, found across the forest floor. No clothing, no fibers, no forensic evidence remained. Just the evidence of time passed in the Georgia wilderness. The medical examiner would later determine that approximately 95% of Susana's remains were recovered, but several parts were missing, and without soft tissue, determining cause of death proved impossible. The lack of clothing indicated foul play. People don't simply die without clothing in remote woods without criminal involvement. For investigators, the discovery was both heartbreaking and challenging. They finally had answers for Susana's family, but they also had a homicide case with precious little physical evidence to work with. That's when they made a discovery that would crack the case wide open. About 100 feet from Susanna's remains, investigators found something that should never have been there. A Glock 19 pistol, abandoned on the forest floor. It hadn't been buried or hidden, it looked like it had simply been dropped and forgotten. When they traced the serial number, the results were shocking. This was the same weapon Miles Bryant had reported stolen on July 27th, the day after Susanna disappeared.
And, he told on himself, because when people have a guilty conscience, they're going to put information out. He literally told, oh, I lost a gun. Exactly the brain you're going to find in a few months of a girl who's missing. Little things. He didn't actually tell him himself for real because he wasn't implicated or arrested right after that.
Gun that had supposedly been taken from his truck by unknown criminals was now sitting in the woods where a murdered teenager had been found. The odds of this being a coincidence were astronomical. Investigators immediately focused on the courtesy officer, who had seemed so helpful, so concerned, so professional throughout the search for Susanna. They were about to discover that Miles Bryant had been playing an elaborate game of deception from the very beginning. Detective Carter approached Bryant carefully. They needed him to talk, to explain the inexplicable connection between his weapon and the crime scene. But they also had to be strategic. Revealing too much too soon could cause him to stop cooperating entirely. Bryant agreed to come to the station for what he believed was a routine interview about his role as courtesy officer. He had no idea that investigators had already begun unraveling his carefully constructed lies. We're literally talking to everyone here, Detective Carter explained casually. We're just trying to document everything. We got no leads, man. Hopefully with your being in the know, with everything going on with the complex, we can maybe put some pieces together. Bryant played his part perfectly at first, suggesting various theories about who might have taken Susanna. He pointed to gang members, transients, suspicious characters who frequented the apartment complex. He seemed eager to help, concerned about the missing girl, frustrated by the lack of progress in the case. But investigators were watching for something else entirely, the subtle signs that would reveal when Bryant shifted from helpful witness to desperate suspect. While Bryant maintained his facade of innocence, Detective Carter was methodically analyzing phone records that would ultimately destroy every lie the officer had told. Bryant carried 2 phones, his personal device, and a work phone issued by the Doraville Police Department. Both phones created digital footprints that could be tracked through cell tower data, painting a precise picture of his movements on the night Susanna disappeared. What investigators found was devastating to Bryant's claims of innocence. Between 1 and 2 a.m. on July 27th, just hours after Susanna vanished, Bryant's phones were actively making calls from cell towers located near Highway 316 in Decatur, the same stretch of woods where Susanna's body would be discovered 6 months later. Bryant had told investigators he spent that night driving around after arguing with his girlfriend, never mentioning any trip to remote woods 20 miles away. But the phone records didn't lie. His device was in the exact location where a murdered girl's remains would later be found. When confronted with this evidence, Bryant's carefully maintained composure began to crack. "Listen to me," Detective Carter said, his voice steady but firm. "Your device was the only one out there. She went missing. She died there. Your gun is there. Your phone is there. This is your moment to talk about it." For the first time, Miles Bryant looked genuinely rattled. The helpful courtesy officer facade dropped away, revealing something much darker underneath. "This is terrible," he whispered. "Maybe we're a monster." "Oh, hell no. Prove it wrong." But the evidence was overwhelming. Bryant's own digital footprint had placed him at the crime scene. His weapon was found near the victim's remains. His story about the stolen gun fell apart under scrutiny. Most damning of all, investigators discovered that Bryant had lied about never having seen Susanna before. Witness testimony revealed that he had actually approached Susanna and her friends previously, offering them rides in his black truck encounters he had steadfastly denied during questioning. "If I killed somebody, I would know that," Bryant protested, but his protests rang hollow against the mounting evidence. The case was far from over, though. Phone records and circumstantial evidence could place Bryant at the scene, but proving murder without a definitive cause of death would require prosecutors to paint a complete picture of who Miles Bryant really was beneath his badge. As investigators dug deeper into Bryant's background, a disturbing pattern emerged. The helpful police officer had been living a double life for years, preying on vulnerable women while hiding behind his uniform in position of trust. Dating back to 2018, Bryant had begun burglarizing homes belonging to his high school classmates, specifically targeting young women. He would steal private items, personal belongings, anything that satisfied his twisted compulsions.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. So this guy ended up deleting a young girl. I remember the ring cam coming out. I had no. This is what I'm saying. These little charges, they add up. If this is the girl I think it is, this guy was straight up stalking her. Yes! Teresa, I just realized what you were saying. This literally is the same weirdo from the ring cam who was literally coming to that girl's house and then eventually started trying to break in. Girl, this is disturbing. This girl's not the first victim. A lot of other women try to prevent this. Yes, a lot of other women reported him. Now that you say Carter, it was Captain Carter. He was the army guy. He was going to her house. Yeah. He was reported a lot. But I'm telling you, these laws that men are complaining about today, they're not really keeping women safe. They're not really doing anything. For some women, it's simply documentation because they're not able to be saved. This is so scary because I heard about this ring cam footage. I had no idea he ended up killing a 16-year-old girl. I had no clue. But it's not surprising. His behavior was troubling. Troubling. And this girl and her family has to deal with that. That's all it is. It's documentation in case something like this ends up happening. That's all it is. It's not preventative at all. It's simply documentation. And it's sad that all some people have is documentation. You know, this guy is.
After Susanna's murder, his behavior escalated. Surveillance footage showed him attempting to break into a young woman's apartment while wearing his National Guard fatigues, trying to force open her door despite her obvious fear and resistance. During searches of his digital devices, investigators found evidence that he had been using women's phones to send illicit content to himself, a violation of privacy that revealed his predatory mindset. The evidence painted a picture of someone who had been building toward violence for years.
Yep. Yeah. A deviant, a weirdo, a creep. Yeah, he shouldn't have access to any women. Yes, do me a complete creep. Such a major creep. Do me a favor, guys, and hit the like button. If we can get me to 75 by the end of the stream, I would appreciate you all. This guy's a major creep. Look at him. The pictures give Delulu. The pictures give Delulu.
Someone who used his authority and access to target victims, who trusted his badge. But would a jury believe that this decorated officer, this National Guard member with commendations and positive performance reviews, was capable of kidnapping and murder? June 5, 2024. Almost 2 years after Susana Morales was taken from her family, Miles Bryant faced a jury of his peers in a Georgia courtroom. He was supposed to serve and protect, the prosecutor told jurors during opening arguments. He is one of the people that we should trust to enforce the law, somebody we should hold to a higher standard, but he didn't do any of those things. Instead, he abused the law, and he used his badge, and he used his position to satisfy his own predatory impulses. The prosecution's case was built on circumstantial evidence, but it was overwhelming in its totality. Phone records placed Bryant at the crime scene. His weapon was found near the victim's remains. Witness testimony proved he had lied about never encountering Susanna before. Most powerfully, they presented evidence of his pattern of predatory behavior. The the burglaries, the attempted break-ins,
Yeah.
the escalating.
And that's a body cam that I believe I covered as well when he was breaking into these women's apartments. So he breaks into these women's apartments, and then we find out that he deletes a 16-year-old girl. Yeah, he tried to break down her door. That was, I remember covering that body cam. Like, this is so disturbing. I wanted to cover some ring cam. Guys, let me know with a one in the chat if I should cover ring cams. I've been seeing some crazy ring cams. I was like, I need to do a ring cam series, but I want to see if y'all like that. It's creepy. It's very creepy. Yeah, she reported him repeatedly. Hit a one in the chat if you guys want me to do that. Random people walking in. I just want to know because the ring cams, especially like the one you're seeing on cam, they're giving. They're giving real weirdos. They're giving stalkers. Thank you, Gene Doe. Yes, you know what? I'm gonna look into it because the amount of creepy ring cam that I've been seeing, like stuff that just don't make no sense, stuff that's giving the purge mask, and this major one right here on screen of this individual.
Violence that had culminated in murder. He is a cop who turned into a killer, prosecutors argued. The defense faced an uphill battle. Their strategy focused on the lack of direct physical evidence, no DNA linking Bryant to Susanna, no definitive cause of death, no eyewitness to the actual crime. You don't have to like my client, defense attorney admitted to jurors. And in fact, at the conclusion of this trial, you're going to think that he is the most callous, uncaring coward that you have ever seen. However, he is not guilty. They suggested alternative theories. Perhaps Susanna had overdosed. Perhaps she had been killed by someone else who coincidentally dumped her body near Bryant's gun. But these theories lacked evidence and credibility. The defense also attempted to portray Susanna as a troubled teenager who might have put herself in dangerous situations, but her friends and family testified that she was a normal 16-year-old who had been safely walking home from a routine visit with friends. After just 2 hours of deliberation, the jury returned with their verdict. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty. Kidnapping. We, the
Mind you, this is a case without a body. This is what I'm saying. Like, some of these cases are cut and dry, but by what you see, you can't hide your digital footprint. Like, people, you can't hide that. You go here, you go there, you do this, you do that. Your phone is recording. Yeah, they do that as a way. If like narcissists, and I tried to limit my use of narcissism, and narcissists, they particularly want to ruin your reputation. They want people to not view you as credible. So yeah, he attacked prior victims, his exes, and women who reported them. And people got on these videos and made excuses for him as a captain in the army. And then he goes and deletes a 16-year-old. And it's pretty much clear that he did it even without a lot of physical evidence.
jury find the defendant guilty. Miles Bryant was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The jury had seen through his lies and recognized him for what he truly was, a predator who had used his badge as a hunting license. For Susanna's family, the verdict brought some measure of justice, but it could never bring back their beloved daughter and sister. I knew at that moment that we got him, Detective Carter reflected. We had done our job. No one's above the law, and he got what he deserved. But the case raised disturbing questions about how someone like Miles Bryant had been able to operate for so long without detection. How had his department missed the warning signs? How had the apartment...
Because people who are manipulative and narcissistic are really good at deception and manipulation. They're really good at it. People have to understand, things look really good, but behind the scenes, they don't feel really good. They aren't internally really good. This man was a military veteran. The military couldn't spot that he was a deceptive, violent individual. Why? Because the military also requires violence out of individuals. One of the detectives was crying on the stand. I think she found, yeah, because you just see certain things and it's like devastating. Lita says another protective strikes again. I don't know why people want to keep up this lie that men are just automatically protective. You have to learn that the nature is predatory. It's not just to protect. Yeah, she was a baby. 16 is a baby. Compared to his weird old raggy behind, yes. It's disgusting, despicable. All right, guys, that's all for today. The episode of Deadly Love. Now, this young lady had nothing to do with love, but he fell in love with her. He was a predator who wanted to use her, who wanted to take her. He found her to be a commodity. She did nothing. Nothing did anything to enjoyed this show. I'll see you all on the next one. Let me send you off with a BRB because I will be back and some music. Into music, all right? Bye, guys.
Florabella on my screen. Her smile is shone so bright. She's a queen with every scene. In the morning or the night. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora. She's got that power. Spreading her aura. Blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora. She's got that power. Spreading her aura. Blossoming like a flower. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora. She's got that power. Spreading her aura. Blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora. She's got that power. Spreading her aura. Blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she